Hey everybody, today I'm going to share with you an introvert's guide to making money while you sleep using AI. It's something I've never talked about before, especially on this channel. It's something I'm really excited to share with you guys. If you didn't know, because I have this YouTube channel, I am an introvert, even though many of you also may not know that I have a film and television background. I've worked with Oscar-winning actors in several movies and TV shows, but really, at the core of it, I'm an introvert. If I go to a party, I don't love to mingle and talk to people. My best life is being able to make money while not talking to anybody. If I can figure out ways to do that, that is my jam. So I'm going to show you a way that I am implementing right now. Full disclosure, I haven't fully executed this, so this will be partially a brainstorm and partially just showing you what my plan is moving forward. But I'm going to show you some things that if you are an introvert or if you're not an introvert, either way, I'm going to show you some really cool ways using AI to make money that is not the traditional way of going out and finding clients and running an agency or anything like that. This is something that's a bit more passive in the whole scheme of things. This is not a get-rich-quick thing, and this is not something that you can do for absolutely no money. So if those are your criteria, you have to spend nothing and do no work, this is not for you. You are going to have to spend a little bit of money to get started or put some sweat equity in, and you're going to have to do this for a little while before you see some results. But I'm going to show you some really cool examples that might open your eyes to something that you've never thought of before. So what I'm talking about today, let me move my head here, is using new media, and in this example we're going to be talking about YouTube, combined with AI plus affiliate marketing to basically build a machine that can generate a lot of income for you without having to have clients, without having to sell anything directly. So I'll show you all the different ways that I'm thinking about this and implementing this in just a moment. But the tools that we're going to use, and I'll kind of explain each of these in a moment, are here. So number one is YouTube, which is free. HighLevel is a software I'm going to show you that helps you go and find YouTube channels that have the potential to be profitable, and I'll show you what I mean by profitable in just a moment. Claude is just another version of ChatGPT by a company called Anthropic. I have really liked using that recently, but I go back and forth between ChatGPT and Claude. So you can go to claude.ai to check that one out. I'll have links to all of these down below, and I'm going to go through them step by step to show you what this system is, but I just want to kind of give you the overview here. 11 Labs is a voice AI kind of cloning tool, so you can either use voices that they already have built in, or you can clone your own voice, which is something that I'll probably talk a bit about more in future videos. Some really cool stuff I'm working on with that. A company called Fiverr, which is nothing new. A lot of people have used that before, but it's basically a way to outsource some work for yourself. A company called Descript, which helps me edit videos. I use it for all of these videos, kind of chop out the ums and ers, and it also does a good job of kind of balancing the sound and stuff, so I'll use that. And then of course HighLevel, we've talked about HighLevel on just about every video on the channel, so that's something I'm really excited to kind of incorporate into all of this as well. So let me just show you the broad picture idea of what I'm talking about doing, and then we'll go to each one of these and kind of show you how I'm going to build the system out. Okay, so here I am on YouTube on one of my first channels that I'm going to demo for you, and in the realm of actually talking about making money while you sleep, this is literally a channel that helps people go to sleep, and it has really monotone, soft, calming stories. I'll play one for you in a second, but what I like about this is the model that we're looking to do is called Faceless YouTube automation. So you're basically creating channels where you're not showing your face like I am right now. It has either your voice or an AI generated voice that I'm going to show you in a moment, or you can get a voiceover artist if you want to as well. But any of those are basically creating the audio for this. And then you have somebody else that edits in background images and things like that, and basically creates an entire product that you can then put on YouTube and generate income from. So I'm going to play this video really quickly, then I'll show you some examples of how we could kind of recreate something like this. I'm also going to show you just a ballpark of what a company like this is making, and show you some examples of people that just started recently that are generating similar types of results. All right, so here's an example of the story. This is the coziest bedtime story. 2.8 million views here a year ago is when they posted it. So I'll see if you can hear this.
Welcome to Get Sleepy, where we listen, we relax, and we get sleepy.
Okay, so all of the videos on here are very similar. And if I blow up the video here a little bit, you can see that it's just kind of standard stock footage. It's just like rainy day type of stuff. This is just about a bakery, and it's just, you can hear the
wiping her hands on her apron.
person kind of saying the story. But the point of the story is to just help somebody calmly fall asleep and have something playing in the background. And you can see in a year, they've had 2.8 million people that have used this one video to help them go to sleep. So how do you generate income from something like this? Well, let me show you. A couple ways that you can generate income from YouTube are, number one, the ad revenue. So as you play videos, as you watch videos, you are helping somebody that has created that video and put it out on YouTube, helping them earn a small fraction of a dollar, sometimes fraction of a penny, depending on the industry that and the niche that it's in. But I'll show you just a ballpark of what we think this company might be making. So this is a plugin, a Chrome plugin called HighLevel. And again, it helps me kind of track what potential companies are making when they have videos on here on YouTube. You can see this is estimated that it is monetized, meaning it is allowed to display YouTube ads. If we click on analytics, this will kind of run a report and say approximately how much they think this channel is making. Nothing is for certain. They're just using best practices to say, okay, it's in this type of industry. This particular industry gets a certain dollar per 1,000 views. So we multiply that times the number of views the company is getting on a given month. And this is what we think they're making. So what guesses do you think those types of videos are making? Very easy, monotone, slow, calming videos. What do you think that's making in a month? Put it down below. I'm going to click on this reveal button. This is the RPM, the revenue per 1,000 views. It's estimating that it's getting $6.22 per 1,000 views. Again, this could be off, it could be higher, it could be a little lower, but that's a good ballpark. So if we look at how many views they're getting, this is something that is easier to track because they can look at actual stats of what YouTube is showing. And if we multiply that times, you take this number and divide it by 1,000, and that will give you $15,791 is an estimated monthly revenue. Now, this company may have sponsors that are actually giving them thousands of dollars to mention their company at the beginning of the story. Maybe it's for a pillow company or a mattress company or some kind of sleep assistance, anything like that. So they may be making way more than this, but this is just a good estimate. Okay, so you look at that and you say, well, they have some kind of system worked out and they're generating a lot of videos. We'll go back to their homepage here, look at the videos here. We can just go to videos. We can see they just posted one 59 minutes ago. So they're posting one just about every few days. But again, these are not really in depth. They're not like, for me to make this video with a talking head and all of that, I have to come up with an outline. I have to come up with kind of a direction that I'm going. I have to edit it all together to make it cohesive. So these are not that. It's just a story with an audio track, some soft calming music, some rain sounds in the back, and some nice little pictures behind it. Okay, so the elements of how to put something like this together are not that complex. And it used to be a bit more expensive to do because we had to go out and hire a voiceover artist, which would cost a few $100s. We had to hire an editor, which would also be $100, $200. We had to pay for audio tracks. We had to put it all together. We had to get the rain sounds, all of that. And it basically, the labor part of this took a lot of time. Now, there are still some labor aspects, but a large portion of this was the voiceover track that we had to get somebody to do. And they had to spend, 4 hours creating this long form story, 3 hours putting this long form story together. So that's going to be for 3 or 4 hours of voiceover from a professional voiceover artist is going to be several $100s, if not close to thousands of dollars. But now let me show you software that I've really been falling in love with lately called 11 Labs. So we'll go to 11 Labs here. And it used to not be that great. There was like 10 voices or so, and they were all kind of robotic and not really, you could tell definitely this is AI. But now what's happened is a lot of these voiceover artists are understanding the direction that AI is going. And they're saying, okay, well, instead of just getting completely cut out of this, I'm going to lend my voice to 11 Labs and let them use it and make a voice clone of it so that now you can use this voice to put in your own projects, but that person doesn't have to record their audio. So I'm not sure what the split is or how that is worked out, but for just a membership fee on 11 Labs, I can use any of these voices. I can go to this library and there are hundreds, if not thousands of voices here. All the ones with the little gold check mark are people that have lent their voice to 11 Labs and had them clone it. So I'm just going to go to my voices because I've saved a few in here, and I'm going to just listen to this. So we'll go back to the Get Sleepy one, and let's just play it really quickly again. Oh, that's for members only. So they have membership, so that's another way they're generating revenue. Let's see here.
Welcome to Get Sleepy, where we listen.
Okay, so you get the idea. Now we're going to go back to here, and these aren't identical, obviously, but they are going to be quite soothing and soft, and you can see how could I put a story into something like this. So let's just listen to this Matthew one here.
In the still of night, my voice drifts like a gentle echo, carrying secrets of the unseen, guiding.
Milo.
Just as the sailor trusts the stars, trust your dreams for the future.
I mean, I could fall asleep listening to that voice.
Change is the only constant in life. Every day brings new challenges and opportunities.
Okay, Peter.
Whether you need a warm tone for story.
I don't know why I saved Peter. I didn't like Peter's that much. Soothing Sam, that was a good one.
I'm Soothing Sam, the most relaxing voice in all the land. Use my professionally recorded smooth voice to relax and mesmerize your audience.
Awesome. So now that we have the voices that we know we could probably use for these soft stories, let me show you how to actually put the script together, because that was another component I failed to mention earlier, is writing that story. You had to either write it yourself or you had to get somebody to write the story for you. But now, with using either ChatGPT or Claude, we are able to create these soothing, soft stories. And again, it's not as much about the story. Obviously, you want to have a good product, but the point of this is to help somebody peacefully, calmly fall to sleep and have something in the background to listen to. So we'll go to Claude here. Claude is something, again, I've been using to, I just find it writes a little bit better, and I use it for some coding projects, which I'll talk about in future videos, and I found that it just does a really good job too. So let's just say, we'll do a quick one. Can you write me a 2,000 word story to help someone fall asleep? It's going to write the story. And as this thing finishes, I'm going to take this text here. I'm going to put it back into 11 Labs. I'm going to use Soothing Sam's voice, and I'm going to show you we have the makings of our first bedtime story type of thing. Then I'm going to show you a few other niches that are not related to that you could basically do the same concept for. And again, there's no guarantees you're going to make any money doing this. I have no idea, but I just seems logically like if we do enough of these, we can find a channel that hits and will do well, and then we can just scale that up and continue to duplicate that concept for other types of channels and industries. So this is really cool. Awesome. So we have the entire story here. I'm going to copy it down here. I'm going to go back to 11 Labs. I'm going to go to Studio. I have the $99 per month plan because I've been doing a ton of these, but I am going to show you, actually, let me go back to my voices. Make sure I have Soothing Sam in my library. Use, and I'm going to delete all of this, put my story back in here. Oh, let me go back and get my script one more time. Okay, Keeper of Dreams. Now let's see if we generate speech.
Set the Keeper of Dreams. In the quiet village of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and a meandering river, lived an elderly man named Thomas. The locals called him the Keeper of Dreams, though no one quite remembered how he had earned this peculiar title. His cottage sat at the edge of the forest, with a garden that seemed to bloom regardless of the season, and a small...
Okay, so you get the idea. Obviously, we put some rain sounds, we put some soothing music in the back, we put some cool imagery behind it, and we have ourselves something very similar to what we just found on Get Sleepy. So we create a new YouTube channel, we call it something Sleep Time Stories or whatever you want to call it, and we have the makings of this. Now we're going to have to put several videos out before potentially we start seeing some traction, but that wasn't very hard to create. And as an introvert, you can sit in your office or sit in your room and create these things and just do it for a couple different industries and niches and see if you get something that works out. It really overall didn't cost me that much. So we have the audio. How do we get the video made? What I recommend is going to Fiverr and just looking up, if you look for this cash cow video or YouTube automation, you'll start finding people that can do it. Or you can just type in video editor. Or another place that we've had a lot of success is a place called onlinejobs.ph. Let me make sure I'm not logging in there. Onlinejobs.ph. All of the workers here are based in the Philippines. We found some incredible editors here, so that if you want to scale it up, you can go there. Or if you just want to kind of hack it together yourself, you can use something like CapCut to just basically make your first version of the story. Or even we use Canva for some of our basic videos. If you just want to kind of put some images there together, I bet you could hack together a 30-minute story there right on Canva for free or for $10. So it's a great way to get started. So that's that idea. Let me show you some other industries and how you would work that out. Okay, so a lot of you might say, well, that channel, the Get Sleepy, had been, let's see how long they've been. Oldest, 2 years. So it's taken them 2 years to get to this point, and they've posted 606 videos. So that may be a lot to you. That might be not that much, but let me show you an example of one that doesn't have that many. Here's 12 videos. They have 25,600 subscribers. Their oldest video was 3 months ago, and basically all they're doing is sleep stories based on the Bible. So you can see it's 6 hours here. A lot of people are calling these ultra long videos for YouTube. So it's 6 hours, 8 hours, 2 hours. Let's just listen to one of these here.
Are you a Christian struggling to fall asleep at night? Do the worries of the day keep you tossing and turning, longing for the peace and rest you know God desires for you?
Okay, so it's just basically a 6-hour story based on the Bible, and you can see the imagery behind it is not changing. It's just some looped video of some galaxy-looking footage here. So let's just see if the story is still playing.
The Syrian king will entice.
After they get to past about an hour and a half, then it just turns into kind of rain sounds and this soft, ethereal music. So really cool. But let's see how much are they actually making. So we'll go back. We'll go to analytics. And again, this started 3 months ago. They have 12 videos they've posted. So the estimated revenue per 1,000 views is $9.77, and they're estimating to make $4,415 every 30 days, and it looks like that number is climbing. And number of views, almost 500,000. So that is an example here. Now, say you don't want to get into the sleep story space or anything like that. Let me show you one other example that is really cool. All right, this is an example I came across. Somebody else was talking about this channel, and I thought it was really cool. It has nothing to do with sleep or sleep stories or anything like that. It's called RJ's Garage. I think it's changed its name once or twice already. But if we look at how old this channel is, 6 months is their first video that they posted. They have 76 total videos, 20,000 subscribers, and basically it's just this AI voiceover that's talking about different vehicles, why not to buy them, what vehicles are on sale, stuff like that. But there's, again, faceless stuff. So let me just play the most popular one here. Do not buy this, dead by 50,000 miles.
The Subaru Forester versus RAV4 and...
Okay, had to cover up an ad there. Here we go.
You know that feeling when you find out you've been scammed? That's how owners of these 12 SUVs feel every time they start their engines. We're about to save you from making a $40,000 mistake. Ready to see which models should come with a...
So the AI voice isn't even really that great on this one. The background is just this kind of pulsing weird images here. And they're just doing a little image every now and then with a little bit of text here. How many views does this have? 2.4 million views on this video. And how many comments? 1,342 comments. All these people chiming in about their vehicle and I own this type of car, I own this type of car. So they didn't care that it was an oddly kind of AI voice. They didn't care that it wasn't some personality dancing around and talking about cars. No, they just wanted to talk about what happened with their car and their bad car experience. So how much did this channel make? Let's go back and see. So we're going to use the HighLevel extension. Again, I'll link to all of this stuff down below. If we click on analytics here, so the RPM on this one is estimated to be $5,049, and revenue $2,912. And again, they've only started 6 months ago, and these videos are even easier to create, in my opinion, because they're not as long. So you don't have to fill up as much.
What happens when a car...
You don't have to fill up as much time. These are 23, 22 minutes. So the voiceover generation cost alone is pretty cheap. Now, some other ways that you can expand upon this is with affiliate marketing. So I've been showing you just ad revenue straight from YouTube, but what happens when you start using something like a Carfax affiliate program or a place to buy Bibles or whatever? Whatever you want to do with that, you can find affiliate programs related to the industry, or the first example, the Get Sleepy, pillows, mattresses, all of that stuff you can link to down below to help people have a better sleep, but also get you a little bit of commission there. So I think this is a great next move for our company. Again, if you are an introvert, there is almost nothing better than affiliate income. It has truly transformed our life. And then combining that with this new media AI hybrid model here, especially coming from the film and television industry, and seeing how that world is changing a bit, I think this is a great way to move forward here. So I'm going to be doing it. I'm not necessarily going to be doing the niches that I showed you today. I'm going to keep those private just because I want to test them out myself before I get tons of competition. But there is an abundance of different industries and niches to go after. So don't feel like you have to go do exactly what I'm doing. Just see the overall model. And if you check out the HighLevel thing down below, it's like $5 or $10 a month. It's really not that expensive, but it's something that helps me do a little bit more research on a particular industry to see, okay, is this something I want to go into? And then I can also do this, type similar channels and search, and it will tell me other channels that are doing a similar type model. So Restful Scriptures, they've been around for a while. You can sort it by how long the channel has been in existence. So Dark Screen, you can just go through and see kind of how many views each channel is getting and just get a feel for what are these other channels doing and can I model after that? Can I do something similar? So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you get some value out of this. I'm going to be doing a lot more AI content on here and showing you different ways I'm making money with AI and different business models that I'm testing out. So if you like that type of stuff, leave a comment down below. Let me know you want to know more about that stuff. And I'm also thinking about putting together just an AI community of people that we can all collaborate together and talk about what we're working on kind of in private. So let me know if you're interested in something like that too down below. And other than that, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.